Hi, folks. Welcome back to Building the Bruce. This is Mark, and today I thought I'd throw up a video that I've had for quite a while, but I just haven't done the audio for that. This is actually the fall of 2025, and it's Martin and I splitting wood together. Um, this is about the time when the Paul Bunyan show was going on down in the States. I think maybe it was Ohio this year. It moves around, I believe. And at the time, my YouTube, I was getting a lot of feeds from creators that were on the Paul Bunyan show or at the Paul Bunyan show, and they were showcasing all the equipment and then showcasing the equipment that they had been given as, sponsored by. And everybody's talking about how wonderful this equipment is. And kind of what I took away with it is you know, everything is getting so complicated and so expensive when you look at firewood. And I think it's probably intimidating for a lot of people who want to get into it. Um, Martin and I have kind of done the opposite of that. Primarily, I think the big takeaway is like two two guys spending time together, splitting wood, and having some laughs and talking about what's going on in the world, and figuring everything out that the world can't figure out. But mostly it's just two friends spending time together, and we don't have a lot of money invested in this. It's a used splitter that served us well for 15 years. We bought it used. I do all my cutting on the log pile that you'll see in the video. I do it all with one chainsaw, a Stihl 261, and the log pile. I have to sell 15 face cords to pay for that log pile. And typically the log pile will have close to 50 face cords in it once it's processed. So, it's a good way. It's a good little side hustle if you want to make some extra money. Certainly, we use all of the wood that we don't sell. I'll sell maybe 10 or 15 cord every year, depending on how much extra I have. After I've set aside what I need to heat our house completely. Martin, he's got his own wood supply. He's just out enjoying the good weather and helping me and doing something that he really likes to do. So, to me, it's when I watch, these firewood processors and conveyors and trombles to clean the wood after, and heavy equipment to move bins, and I just, someone who has the inkling that they want to start burning wood or maybe selling wood, and they see this equipment and they see the cost of it, and they think that's just, the overhead is just too high for me to get into. Truthfully, it doesn't have to be that way at all. You can do it very affordably. Even a big box store splitter and a cheaper chainsaw will get the job done, especially when you're first starting out and you don't want to invest a lot into it. But to me, this is the true essence of the firewood journey is spending time with a friend and having a good day outside in the fresh air. And when you're done, you can look back and you can see your results. You can see that log pile getting smaller, and you can see your pile of finished firewood getting bigger. And that's how it's been for these 15 or more years that I've been working with Martin together. And things change over time. Your process changes. One year you think you've got it all figured out, and then IBC cages come along, and that's what I'm doing now is I'm filling the cages, and that's been a real game changer for me in the way that I handle firewood for my particular situation. This piece of property where we process all this wood, it's about a kilometer from my house. So, um, you know, for Martin who lives on this property, he loves to split wood and put it right in the back of his John Deere Gator, and then put it into his storage area. Whereas, for me, I've got one extra step in there. So using these totes has been great. And, same thing with the way that Martin and I work. Over the years, things have evolved and changed. Martin's 88, going on 89, and I actually think he gets upset if I don't include him in a day like this. If he hears that I've been down cutting on the wood pile, or if I'm splitting without him, I think he gets upset because he wants to be out there and be part of that in whatever capacity he can do. At the end of the day, if you've split a few face chords and you look back and you're proud of that accomplishment, no matter what your input into it is, it's a good feeling. So, to me again, Paul Bunyan's great. It's a great opportunity to look at a lot of equipment. I think there's a lot of YouTubers out there now that have sponsorships by these big companies that build these processing equipment. Um, but don't let that intimidate you if you want to get into it. I guess that's what I'm saying. And truthfully, when I look back at the wood that we're splitting and the product that we're putting out or what we're going to be burning, I gotta say, like, splitting this way, and maybe it has to do with the split fire splitter itself, how precise you can split. Um, and certainly it helps to have Martin, who's running the controls, and I can concentrate on moving the logs and stuff. And we are making really nice firewood. Um, there's no little twigs or sticks or kindling being produced. There's not a bin of stuff that you're just gonna throw into a burn pile after to get rid of because your 8 or 12 way wedge is creating pencils. It is really nice sized firewood, and there's no waste. Like, there's nothing to clean up or throw away after except some bark maybe on the ground. Um, so I don't know. I guess with production, with most things, you lose some quality. As production goes up, quality goes down. And when I look back at the wood that we are creating, it's a joy to burn, and it's something that I'm proud of to sell. So uh, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been 8 minutes of me talking about our day, but again, we have a lot of days like this, and we enjoy ourselves immensely doing this together. And good friends, a little bit of equipment, and some good weather, and this is the essence of creating firewood for me. So anyway, have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next one.